All right, so this video now almost a debate, but now fathers and their sons, 5 fathers and their sons, brutally honest, 100% honest to each other, saying things that they have never told their parents, expressing their self, what parents think about them, things that their parents have sacrificed have never told them, things that they have done that they know that their parents will be angry at. Everything is on this video. Every youth, every father should watch this video. Come and watch this video and learn. Grow your children the right way. Be close to your children. Know what they don't like, know what they like. Let them know what you don't like, so that you people can live in harmony and a good, understanding family. Communication is the best. If you pass through our video, please don't forget for like, don't forget for share, don't forget for put your thoughts in the comment section about this. If you have experienced it, if you have seen it happen, and what you have learned from there, and what you think you can teach others, put it on the comment section. And please don't forget the most important one, to subscribe so we can reach 1k. Our goal is to reach 1k before the end of this year. Please subscribe to support the journey, so we can continue with this spirit and give you more videos, more knowledgeable videos, teaching videos, funny videos, weird videos, crime videos, and the rest, bro. Comedy, stories, and the rest. Let's get into the video one more time and check.
I abused everybody in the house. I even asked myself, like, are you our father? Your hands touched everybody, and I mean everybody. I remember going to school with scars in my body, and that was even in secondary school. Why?
We brought 4 fathers and sons into the studio today to answer some difficult questions about their relationship.
When I was in JS2, he would give me 10 strokes of cane in the morning, even if I don't do anything, so I can just go to school and behave myself.
It's about making sure that you will not even think about doing something bad, knowing fully well that you have one crazy man at home. I'm not sure I ever did that to you.
If I could switch roles, I would give you the 10 strokes of cane in the morning.
We barely really had a very smooth relationship because we were not always around. I grew up being alone now. I can barely say I was barely happy. Outside I was a child. Inside of me, I was having grey hair. I never had any playful experience as a child. Let's be my own therapist. From childhood, I did my own therapy for myself. Emotionally, I was a prisoner.
I didn't know it has hurt you. Sorry, don't think that way. I'm a good father.
With prompts coming up like, some expectations you have of me are unfair. You have made sacrifices that you've never acknowledged. Let's see if this father and sons will be vulnerable enough to face this ultimate test of honesty. I have a better fashion sense.
Okay. You do have a good dress sense. I mean, I've taken your clothes before.
You like Adire a lot, your color matching is good. I'm not saying I don't have fashion sense, it's just that I'll leave that one to you.
What matters to me in dressing is, am I comfortable? That's the question I always ask myself. Regardless of the occasion, as long as I'm comfortable, I do not really care about colors like that.
Growing up, I was not able to determine the outfit that I wear and everything that I do now is just building on everything that you've done.
Well, I agree. He has just said the facts. When he wants to go out, I check him and to be sure that he's properly dressed for the occasion. There have been times I will tell him, no, what you are wearing is not right. You go back.
I'm a young person, so you can't be telling me what to wear all the time. Sometimes I want to dress like I'm young. It's my style at the end of the day.
This guy sitting like here and your party, see the party sit eating for dress. They come like 2 colleagues them from one workshop, from one workplace, like lawyer, then come together for come attend the show before go back. Look at them, the same tie, the same t-shirt, the same trouser, black shoe. The Monday I hate them. The only thing we change as a party get white beer. But it's fine. I know we don't ever confront my pa with honesty for talk any other thing them way like the kind emotional thing them. I don't know if plenty people them for outside they don't go through this stage. I don't know how well if they because seeing them we have to ask them how seeing them is a bit of my own ways, a bit some kind of weird way. I feel ask some people every day they say turn their face hide them before they listen. So if any man know ever there for this situation, may tell you out his own experience for the comment section more here. We'll go on for the video.
As a cultural man, I have that Yoruba philosophy. It says, "Ba sharing, nla akoni." So before you get out, watch yourself. Is this thing match this occasion or the other way around?
There are occasions that you have to dress in certain ways, and when you get it wrong, I always drag you back and correct you and tell you to do it appropriately.
I applied for a shoe ad and I told them that I've worn your shoe and because of I wore your shoe, I like shoes and I still follow your fashion. But I mean, I have improved. I have my own personal taste.
But you know, you learn tailoring, this and that, fashion design, so you got to have more sense in that.
True.
I mean, I remember when those days, the baggy days that I'm doing now. I saw you wearing baggy. Sometimes you became fitted suits. Remember when you know the suits, the coats, you were wearing coats that time. So now we're seeing the haute fashion, which is wearing big, excessively big stuff. And then
you still wear jeans, and I was like, this man still have fashion sense, and I like it, right?
As a salon, I've been traveling different parts of the world.
Yeah.
I normally see different things.
I'm a man that is relating with it, different generation. I must have a blend of every generation.
I must be identified with my original culture. There are certain days, me and my organs at the top say, on so day, why should you put on native attire? No, this is me. I'm a Yoruba man.
You remember when we were going for grandma's 90th birthday?
I can't remember what I was doing, but I know your mommy made me change and I was not happy that day at all.
But when we got to the venue, what eventually?
When we got to the venue, someone was complimenting me that what I was wearing was very nice.
My name is Adeyinka Hassan. I'm a lawyer and I'm also a corporate governance expert.
I'm Fela Hassan. I'm a law student. I'm also a content creator.
I tell una say the people them look like lawyer when they come up from work, come for this show. The same thing they say. The part you know I stop. The part they still tell the picking team for do. It's still there. They're still working. And I like them because it shows they be happy and they grow for the right way and they do thing way like them. That's the most important thing when your parents discover who you be and who you want them. Then they promote you, then they push you, then you and you work hand to hand, they learn you. They teach you when they learn thing them. You understand? How to avoid problem, you have to handle problem, they have to handle some situation in life. It be very good. Plenty people then they don't deal with their parents and don't go with their parents, them their real parents them from child. Some of we will not be ever experience and we. So we not really know unless you wanna tell we how wanna feel. And something in there I watch them for video, so I the experience and my first time because I don't get any. So when I see and so I experience, I try to think about me, what for happen if I forget them. Anyways, go to the video, man.
So, and next to me is my dad.
Fela is special. My wife and I had Fela at the lowest moment of our lives. Fela is our third child, but thinking about the fact that that same child is growing up and doing well makes us happy.
Coming from where he came from and being who he is today is a very big achievement. Life is not just a bed of roses, but he has always made it feel like a bed of roses for us. Even though he did all of that, it wasn't easy at all, but he still made it possible.
I am the more stubborn one.
I agree.
You are the most stubborn person. In fact, I'll say in my life, you're one of the most stubborn people I know.
You know another stubborn person that I know personally. You that you're watching this video and you're not subscribed.
You
should look at yourself on the screen.
subscribe.
Please subscribe to the channel and let's
Please,
get to
reach
500,000
1K
subscribers together before
this
the first
year,
half of this
I beg.
year. Now, let's enjoy this episode.
1K.
So you
And then
think I'm
as 500,000, 1K. I
Are
beg.
you not? I've not met someone more stubborn than you are in my life.
I'm not even stubborn in the first place.
Very accurate. I mean, you're not a stubborn person. You've never been stubborn.
When I'm doing my stubborn is very subtle and it's very calculated. So, but you're the most stubborn or your siblings.
Well, not that I'm all that stubborn. Right from your childhood, you are looking more gentle than of your two brothers and sisters.
You may say you are not stubborn because when I say, oh, this is the kind of a thing you should do. Say, as you go to India.
Yes, as a continue for it.
As you go to India. I see it as a stubbornness.
I don't want to be like you in that area. So I'm working and never to be stubborn, not to talk about being stubborn.
What makes you feel that I'm stubborn?
Yeah, he fighter. He writes things.
But you call that stubborn. That's not being stubborn. I would rather say is irresolute about what you think is right.
Ever since I've known you, Dad, you've been stubborn. I remember one time we were going to church. We were driving. I think it was the driver and conductor. You parked the car and you were about to fight that man. I was in that car and I was like, I'm not going to be like this man.
You know, when somebody is young, you got to be having hot temper. But now I no more hot temper. I used to be cool this time.
Your stubborn has calmed down, Sha.
Yeah. Your mom said you shouldn't post something online. And you insisted that you were going to post it. I was told. And I took you on. But you eventually did what I wanted you to. No, you posted it actually. But of course you suffered for it. And I told you many times that before you post anything online, you should give it to me to vet. And I'm aware that it's not all the time you give me to vet. Or maybe you send it to me and I'm still taking my time. Before I conclude, you will post it.
So that video that you didn't want me to post, why didn't you want me to post it?
There are many factors. But what you were beginning to touch on was something I thought could create some public outcry. And I'd had instances where some of my friends called me and said, tell your friend not to work on this political case because it might affect him in the long run. That was the time you were trying to do something about a former governor, about corruption. I didn't bother to tell you because when the person told me, I didn't think he was right. You know, I said, look, the issue is already in the public space. The matter is in court. The matter has been in EFCC. There are a lot of public materials that are available and yours will not be different, and that I didn't want to discourage you from pursuing your passion. So I didn't bother to tell you not to because I had evaluated it and I realized that the concern the person was raising was genuine on his own part, but wasn't really valid. So I made that as an instance just to let you understand that sometimes you may want to do things. You won't even know the discussion I've had with people. You won't know the thoughts I've had or the background information I have. So which is why I said before you post anything, let me review, guide you, advise you. If there are things I think you need to take out or that you shouldn't talk about, so that is important and I will still insist. But before you publish anything, you must run it through me.
I don't argue with my own father. When I say, it's okay. No, you listen at that, but at times you say, this thing is too old school. I see it as stubbornness.
If you tell me to do something and I believe that stuff is not the best thing for me, I can contest it.
Mr. Adeleye, born and bred in Abeokuta. And the young man beside me here is my son.
My name is Majid Oluwadarasimi Adeleye.
One thing about our parents and Nasi, they feel say anything will concern the new generation or Gen Z, it be stubborn. It be be good, be anything. I remember sometimes where they be even they deny me for play football. For play football in a bad people in their job and music for first time. 2000s. But now at least the parents our parents don't involve, don't do the right thing where they supposed to do. But see some of them this is something them like stupid for them. Like one pass here we picking the stream online. It talks a thing they were picking, they don't do them now. They work at ton video there and they know say they really work hard. You understand? I look at it say okay, now because the panel test and for know the kind of work we do for the thing and the stress we do. But it calculate and due to their own time and not the present. You understand? They use them get plenty where they go on now. Where if they use the old system, it go slow with them. But because parents don't use old system, work with them now and they do financial everybody expect it go still do the same thing. No saying a few go do the same thing. And you need to join that one and do one. Mission together, you bring out some better reasoning. You understand? Alright. I'm gonna continue. I know after a year they really question them, they really brutal honest. Where mango you don't where they go move up out for us. I see the wait for year. I'm gonna continue the watch and see them.
I'm a filmmaker, I'm a writer, and also an academic researcher. Beside me is my father, my very loving father. For one thing, I always give thumbs up for my father, for his intelligence, for his kind of brain. I wish you can preserve it somewhere in the museum.
Majid is promising, very eloquent, versatile, reasonable, and dynamic.
I have the better taste in music.
I agree that I do not have a better taste anyway, because I do not really have a taste in music per se.
But you are into the art.
Yes, I am. So I do not really have a favorite genre per se. To me, music is just something I enjoy. It's not something that I really put so much emotions into.
My music taste is very, very diverse. I listen to a lot of music. I know you also listen to music too, but my music taste is still better at the end of the day.
That is clearly not in doubt. A lot of music you play I love, but oftentimes I don't even know the source, you know. So I just sing along, and most times when I need to find out, I always ask you people.
I mean, it's accepting that I do because I play the instruments, I sing. Definitely, you are music inclined. I mean, we learned music from you, listen to a lot of Mary Marys and all of that. So you're the foundation. So we took it a bit further.
Better because I love something that brings wisdom and pull out a cultural value. So when I hear a music, even without listening it to before, I can tell you this music is from so area. Music is more or less a language.
Yes, it is.
You also have good music taste because whenever I tell my friends, my dad listens to Burna Boy or Ashake, they're always like, how?
Life is potpourri. I'm a Christian, I'm a deacon. I listen to the word of God, I listen to gospel. But it's a combination of a lot of things. So I love to listen to various genres, African jazz, jams, and all sorts.
Thank God we're agreeing for this one.
There are parts of my life that I've hidden from you.
So there are no parts of your life that you hide.
And the part is for the year.
You don't have
What will I have for you?
you don't have a secret girlfriend.
Now, there is a reason I chose to hide them. So I will still keep them. I'll keep them hidden. There are things about myself that I feel like, oh, this should be a personal knowledge to me.
No, I don't have any girlfriend. I have already said it here that I'm not a chaser. I don't know how to chase women on the way. It's not in my lifestyle. And I'm not under any secret society I'll be hiding for you.
I don't believe your answer.
What is it you don't know about me?
There are a lot of things you don't tell us.
Picking no as a response does not mean that I'm perfect. It doesn't mean that you are absolutely aware of everything in my life. But every salient, important part of my life, most of the most trivial things about my past, you were aware of them. Either they were right or they were wrong.
There are things you hide that me, I just know my own.
Maybe the money I have in my account or what?
I don't know.
There is nothing I hide from you. I'm an open book.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know something that I hid that you want to tell me about?
Actually, I can't think of it.
Think through it. There is nothing. I don't hide anything from my family.
I'm like an onion ball, so there are still some other parts of me that are inside that you may not get to see.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ta ní kí bàbá má gbọ́, ta ló ń parí ẹ̀?
Ọ̀rọ̀ ta fẹ́ kí bàbá má gbọ́, kò sí nǹkan tí bàbá fẹ́ ṣe sí tó máa fi gbọ́ náà.
Bàbá gbọ́, bàbá ló ṣe máa parí ẹ̀.
I've told you before that I'm more experienced than you are. There are ways I even do audits that you don't know.
I know how you do your audits.
Okay, tell me.
You be snooping around my room, checking for things that you did not keep, but things that you will not find.
There are some parts of my life, not my life, maybe some decisions or some situations that you may not know. Number one, maybe because of immaturity. I couldn't expose you to certain things when I know that you are not matured enough. For example, paying your school fees. Either I went to take a loan or something you may not know.
There are part of me that you don't know. So I'll give for example. I read somewhere recently that there are 3 types of people that comes into your life. They have the people in your parlor, they know you intimately. And then there's people that you're outside where you will discuss things like they don't know you, but they know a little bit about you. And there are road people that people can discuss everything from politics to everything, but they don't even know you that well. I ask myself this question, where does my father fall? Honestly, you fall on that road, people, we don't even get to even discuss personally because there's no even place. I think it's coming from a place of where you don't make the effort, and me too, I did not make the effort. I've let it be like that based on our past relationship.
I can't be telling you now. So if I tell you now, then you already know.
100% honest.
No, I'm not being dishonest, but there are certain things I will reserve that are private to me. You want me to tell you how I check on you in school? I have my ways of checking on you in school.
I cry. You don't see me cry, especially occasionally. But at times, I feel hot. I don't need to tell you how much you have hurt me. I keep them in me. So it's not a secret. It's just that you are coming up, you are maturing, and you have our understanding is getting better now. So I can share some secret with you.
I even use people to give me information about you, including your lecturers. So now I've told you, does that make you happy?
I'm not happy about it. Let me say it makes me happy.
It's my own way of mechanism for doing parenting.
Even tell us your movement or engagement. You say, if you go this way, it may lead to this. We are more of guidance than condemnation. But you are afraid of letting us know your in-depth.
It's not out of fear. For instance, I will not tell you about my sex life. There is no way you can get to know about that. Those are parts of me that you will never get to know.
Don't worry. Everything will be okay.
I have the better Reese game.
I'm not there when you do your reason or whatever you call it. But why I picked no is the fact that I see you with a lot of girls and I know you too like women.
I don't like women.
Fella, you can say that again. Even since we're little, you particularly like light-skinned women. The kind of exposure you have at your age, when I was your age, I didn't have that kind of exposure.
I'm more of a keypad warrior. So when I'm typing, I know what to say. I'm thinking about it because I write. But for you, I've not seen you like, read somebody, except when you're speaking Italian. I remember one time you were speaking Italian to somebody on the phone, and you're like, Avvareci, and I'm like, this one, I've not seen you read my mom. Like, no.
So I feel like it was maybe easier to woo my mom. I know how you met her, the first day you saw with your biceps, your face to wear, fresh muscle, so she was already gone, see fine boy, don't see. But nowadays, even with your muscle, with your money, this generation people are a bit more difficult.
In my own youth, when I'm growing, we are not brought up in such a life because during our time, nothing like all these handsets and nothing like all these computers.
Even physically, it was about talking those one-on-one.
And again, I'm not a womanizer. I didn't know how to chase women or anything like that. That's it.
The reason why I picked yes is because you are very unromantic with mommy. I've seen you speaking to mommy. Your raise is 0 with mommy, and I'm sure she can agree to this. When she sees this video, she will know that yes, your raise is 0, that you don't have raise at all.
Number one, our generation, we trust more than now. We are more open. And then naturally, I'm a very expressive person. I tell you the truth, if I like you, I like you. Even if I don't like you, I'll still give you a benefit of the doubt. Our generation, there was no many things for us to contend with. We see more of ourselves, we have more expressions. I remember before my wife decided to marry me, she did some tests I never knew. She was sending some girls to me and thinking I would to test me.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't know, but later on I realized that they are friends that she was sending to me. Almost 40 years in marriage. I'm still toasting now, and I'll still continue to toast.
True.
My name is Shegun Braimo. I'm a servant of God. I'm a senior minister. Happily married to Reverend Theodora Amotayo Braimo, and we have generational children. And the man beside me is one of them.
My name is Subaija Odunayo Abimbola Braimo. I'm a filmmaker, photographer, videographer, content creator. This fine man here is my father. At a time we were dancing, myself and my siblings. We went for a particular administration in a church. We danced. It was a vigil. And we got back, obviously, in the morning, 5 a.m. We were tired, we were exhausted, we slept. And the next thing is, someone knocks at the door and then opens the door, and then we were seeing my dad with a big tray that had bread buttered already with hot tea. And then he says, don't stand up, just eat. And then we're eating with sleepy eyes. We didn't realize what happened. He came, carried that, and then we went to the kitchen, and then we slept. So you know when we just wake up in bed, I'm like, cool, what's now inside my shop? Drove, bought all of these things, went into the kitchen, cooked, buttered the bread, brought to, what manner of man is this?
But I can't forget the day I returned from the office and my wife told me that she went to the hospital. We thought it was malaria. They now confirmed that she was pregnant. I knelt down and my wife was looking at me. Maybe I had a premonition. I said, no, that's a gift. That's why we gave him the meaning. Oluwadara. God is good. Coincidentally, his birthday on the 17th of December. We did the naming on the 24th. Our people came to Ilorin and spent the Christmas. So it was the whole compound full there. So it was a day that you cannot forget.
I have made sacrifices that you've never acknowledged.
Whenever I do something for you, you always say thank you or you always acknowledge it.
As a father, I am bound to make sacrifices. But at times, children, when they are growing up, there are so many things that they don't understand, that daddy does not have money every time. daddy cannot meet some of these things immediately. And at times there are moments like that it will look as if I didn't do it right.
I don't think I'm making any sacrifice. In fact, I wouldn't say you're the one that keep making sacrifice, because even being here was a sacrifice where you went to work last night and you're coming back this morning and you already say, oh, are you ready?
I know. I told you, you have been a confidential, and I appreciate your feelings. Even when me and your mother used to disagree on a certain thing, you come in as a man, you talk like a mature person that can hold a house.
The day that we went to buy a chair in Ekpe, and I drove and I took time to follow you and all of that. When we go back home, you said that, oh fella, thank you for following me today and doing well. So that was nice.
Everything you do in this life, I truly appreciate it. Sometimes I know because of the whole financial strain you don't do, but all those other sacrifices you do, I truly appreciate it.
As a father, you got to make sacrifice for your sons. But now, I never make enough for your people. But when I say that I'll be able to give you a wife, you marry, you live a good life, I know, yes, I'll put you in a good that. But God will help you to achieve those.
When it was time for him to go to school, higher institution, I was limited financially that time. That was not the reason why he did not go, but we just had to improvise and did what we could afford that time. But unfortunately, the man thought that we did not care enough. As at that time, he did not really appreciate it. It was like he had a very wrong idea about the situation.
Unlike many African parents, you are always free to acknowledge when your children have done something commendable. You applaud them when there is need for applause, and you appreciate when there is need for you to appreciate them. You appreciate that. In fact, you even throw fists for us at times when we do certain things. There isn't anything particularly that I have done that is so big or so mighty that you did not acknowledge or that you did not appreciate.
Every time I do things for you, no matter how small, you always show appreciation. Even when I send you allowance, you send me a message to thank me. Sometimes you even call and I'll be wondering.
For sacrifice, seriously, parents them really they sacrifice for picking them bed. Plenty where picking they don't even know. Plenty. Even me for you, I have a daughter, I sacrifice sometimes. I wish she doesn't tell no job. We are calculate how I could do get thing we need them. You understand, no? Even one way, I hold on myself and decide I go calm down myself, see how I go travel myself. Plenty sabidi. And we go there for stage where even when no day you believe the back you that kind of way, but you know your head they stand fine now because you know for do them. And when you do them, you feel something like you almost some big thing for your head. Other experiences. Parents they love that picking them seriously, especially parents them with the care. And I always appreciate it. Any parent try to be open with your children. Where if you be able for express itself for you. When picking express itself for you, it be very easy for know you, nothing we are picking one time, and most importantly, know how to support your picking. Know the place them will support your picking. Know the place where you are picking they down. No time we are picking need you as a father. When they're open with them, so it'll be very easy for them to communicate. And anytime we do some deep problem, they are first person with their head now for express them with you because they always know say you will calm them down and you get better reasonable solution for them. Anyway.
I'm happy that you do it.
I think for every sacrifice that I ever made, that I expressed to you, you always acknowledged. You know, like you referred to school days, like I was limited by knowledge, not understanding the peculiarity of what was going on at a particular time. But even when I started talking about it, cracking jokes about it, you actually took your time to explain.
All the sacrifices you made for them is to be appreciated enough.
Yeah, they appreciate that. They appreciate at least God help. Only that we're not good to make a mistake. But without the mistake I make by the forces of the earth who draw me back, you will not be here today. You'll be better. We thank God for everything. We pray for mercy. So we still keep on making the sacrifice till the end of our breath.
My name is Vincent Chinonso Igbejino. At home, I am called Chinonso, but outside, I am called Vincent. I am a creative, I am a writer, photographer, filmmaker, everything creative, stylist, that's me. And sitting by my side is my father.
I'm Vincent Ewe. I sail, I walk aboard the ship for quite a long time ago. But I've stopped sailing now. I work in the Tinkan Island port. The sitting right is my son, my senior son.
One thing I really admire about my dad is he can psychoanalyze people in a very short time, and he understands more than he even lets on. And here in his hustling spirit, my father is not a type of person that sits down and then wait for things to happen. He actually goes out and make things happen. I think that's something I admire about my dad.
What I admire on him that he's a struggling somebody, he work hard, he's a hard-working someone. He's not a lazy someone, so he's not lazy.
I've wanted emotional support from you, but didn't know how to act.
So I feel like because you have a very African, like the classic African parents mentality, you don't really put value to someone's emotions and all of that, and they are not really expressive. If I want to confide in my parents, I'd rather go to mommy. I can't really see myself opening up to you like that. You're not very approachable.
I feel something critical. Since I've known your mom to be over anxious, if you do this, what of the negative aspect of it? If I tell her, you say, okay, everything, you must first of all call the children. But out of sheer sympathy, you follow your mother to take that decision. And that decision may not go well for me. I'd rather keep it. Because I know whenever your mother says, you better advise your father. You should not do this kind of thing. You can think of someone that does it and make a breakthrough. So that aspect made me lose some certain things at times. Instead of taking that step, you tell you different reasons why it should not be done that way, and you imbibe her idea.
I picked the green because entering into the business space, you bought me my first camera. I remember when I mentioned some years back when I mentioned I wanted to do photography and videography, you didn't play it light. You took it like it was your work. Based off the peculiarity of our relationship, I went through a bit of rough patches through the business. Sometimes business is going very well. It's like we bribe God. And then sometimes it just goes down the slide. And I'm just thinking, who can I reach out to? I didn't know how to then translate, how do I come and meet my dad? I didn't even want to put you on the spot too, because I knew if I share with you, you will get very worried. I didn't want you to feel the pressure of wanting to help me, and I don't know if you can even understand me telling you that I've not had a job for 2 months, I had no shoot, nothing. Not because daddy cannot help me, but because I don't want daddy to be under pressure, and I don't want to also disappoint daddy.
So I want you to correct your mindset. Your mom is a bit more permissive than I am. You misunderstood that to mean that she's more approachable than I am. I'm actually open to you. There is hardly anything you don't know about me. I tell you everything. So don't be afraid of me. And I've said to you again, don't be afraid of anybody, but respect everybody.
All right, so for me, trying to seek emotional support from you, I think, okay, growing up, I really do not think you know so much about my feelings when I was a child. We barely really had a very smooth relationship because we were not always around. My fondest memories of you were days when you would come back from a long journey after many months and then come back with goodies. Then remember, oh, this man is back, and then after some days, get to return again. I grew up being a loner, always having to keep things to myself. I think that is part of the reasons I became who I am today, that I said, okay, I prefer to rather keep some things to myself because that is the way I deem it fits.
I've never been disappointed in terms of support or emotion like that. Even in the midst of anger, I know that we are just doing drama.
We're joking.
Yeah, we are just joking.
I believe that if you were around more often that time and the family was more homogeneous at that time, I could have actually been better with my emotions. I could have actually been somewhat more jovial than I am today. I may not be as bottling up as I am today. I can barely say I was barely happy in those days. I had to be my own therapist from childhood. I did my own therapy for myself. Outside, I was a child. Inside of me, I was growing up. I was having gray hair. I never had any playful experience as a child.
Africa gets some therapy. Highest therapy for Africa now. Asia. God will take care. You just pray for God. You don't believe him. Calm down yourself. The rest, they not see care. Now you be a therapy. So today they say we go down for psychology. We're not therapist. Me, they tell you, they try for making me forget something. You know, they pay, they not grow that way. Why man they do that stuff? But still, why man they do that stuff still, and them get mental problem them pass. Why man get plenty mental problem? When I say black people, they don't check black people them. But if they would check black people, then they would behave like people with a mental problem. Where man you will come kill massacre a family or where they don't do nothing because they get mental problem. I've never seen that happen in
other children in the neighborhood, mixing with other children. I never did any of such. Emotionally, I was a prisoner. Outside, I was just a child. Whenever you were around, I was always having some sort of happiness whenever you were around because I would gain one thing or the other from you. I would get to experience something more fun than I used to because my days were usually boring. But whenever you were around, you would do something exciting. And I felt like, oh, if you're around more often at that time, maybe I could have been more bubbly than that. I could have been happier than I was entirely at that time.
I'm sorry for that kind of a thing. I didn't know it can affect you to that extent. I didn't know it has hurt you. Sorry, my dear. Don't think that way. I'm a good father. Okay?
I do not do anything against you anyway.
So, nothing pains me a lot. What you are telling me now, I thought you have forgotten.
That's a loss that Mojid has had to unpack with his dad. I know some of you watching may have also had similar experiences. But imagine there was a way Mojid and his dad could connect even when he wasn't there. That's why we've been working tirelessly to do something for you guys over the past year. Our soon-to-be-released app called Deep. We like to call it a connection app. I know a lot of you watching wish you could have these experiences with a parent, a sibling, or maybe just someone you like.
Tiny things actually give me some sort of memories of you. It's compensated for other things about you that I should have actually gotten to know. So the father and son relationship was not really there like that. But the fact that, oh, there is this person that comes with gifts, bearing gifts whenever he comes around, after a long while, and whenever he's going, is magnanimous enough to even give me leftover food, you may not know. Those things actually fostered some sort of affection towards you.
Some expectations you have of me are unfair.
Even though I was not able to grow, seeing my parents or grow with them, I have always been like willing, right? Willing to have one, like to express my inner feeling one way or the other. Sometimes them there she don't discuss, like maybe I discuss for any of them. For my mind, they reply myself also things. But it's crazy. But I be happy say something them there I remember. I'm not sure say plenty people may remember. Even when I tell my other relative them about and they look me like whoosh. Because I remember thing them very long thing them I say remember even my father and think the way we do. If we die right there around 5 years old, 5 to 4 years old, but I still get memories for you. Even stories where I still talk and they still look me, they watch and they surprise me that I still keep the thing for my head, they do it today. Until my uncle would ask me how I always feel when I keep the thing on my head. I ask me whether I always think I'm every day. Because all man we don't ever forget, they never ever remember say, I feel even remember again for that kind of age. You understand? Sometimes she don't when people play with their relatives them and their parents them, I feel very, very, very tired. I feel very, very disturbed. Even when I look at things where I calculate different things,
I do not think you place any
step I wish. Now I see if you get them, take care. If you get them, love them. If you get them, express your life with them. You and them be close. You and them enjoy the life. When you know go day, oh boy, you will not try to go through by practice. Better not believe say I go through something than to test them. You go worry. I never show you how I think the way they happen for me. I feel one let talk to.
I expectations that were so difficult to achieve on me. Of all of the things, I always commend you for one thing, that you always give room for that free will.
You've never put us under the pressure of becoming what we don't want to become. I remember for my sister, she's a bookworm, she likes this thing. You were supportive from the beginning to the end, even till today.
I won't say your expectations for me are unfair. I know you want the best for me and you want to push me to my limit and you want me to push my at the same time, I'm trying my best.
Sometimes, when I be quarreling with your mom, then you start growing anger. Like the way I say you are not happy because we are quarreling. And I'm just trying to advise your mom not to do that. Because I'm the head of the house. God has said in the Bible that you, woman, will be under your man. That's why sometimes when I start discussing something, your mom then will raise up quarreling, then you will start supporting your mom. For the few days, you'll be grumbling, you'll not try to listen to me, not greeting me, nothing. Then I used to know that I'm not mind of that.
I always tell you, the extra in the ordinary, it works makes extraordinary. So you always have to strive to be the best you can. And the only way you can achieve that is self-discipline. If you ask me for snake, I'm not going to give you. Having that snake is your expectation. But I'm not going to meet that kind of expectation because it is not good for you. I'm using snake figuratively.
I just remember one expectation that you've not yet met for me. I've been begging you since that you should increase my allowance. Life is hard as a university student, so if that's the snake you're talking about, it's not a snake. Please increase the allowance.
What you say is true. It's true. But then looking at it from how I grew up, seeing you, the way you've treated your wife, it's not hard for me to be on her side. Yes, I know my mom. My mom can take things from 0 to 100 in a moment. And sometimes what she's saying, she does not listen to anybody, just what she wants. And I know how that can be triggering for anybody. So what I've tried to do as I've grown up, I've seen those things and I've learned to look at things from both sides. And when she's saying this, I'm like, no, that's not what he meant. Even if she's insisting that this is it, I have tried to be in the middle. And sometimes being in the middle does not even help anybody. I know that. I'm sorry about that. I will do better anytime people are calling. I will try not to let emotions get into this.
Well, no problem about that because you are still growing. You are a man also. A man will see what the other man sees, and the woman will see what the woman sees. But when you grow up now, you get a wife, you soon get a wife, and you have your family, then you will be witnessing all this. But I pray God will give you a good woman, a woman that have respect.
But I've told you, the allowance I pay you now, I have people who have families, who have children, who earn that income, and they are making a living. And I'm stretching you to understand the need for you to learn how to manage your resources. And I've also told you, times without number, that sometimes self-denial is actually part of discipline.
I think that allowance is not a snake.
It's not a public discussion.
I want my marriage to be better than what you have because that's my aim. You guys have made me look at life in a way that most people are not looking at life. I'm looking at it 360. I'm dissecting, I'm opening. I'm like, what is causing this problem? Why is this? I keep asking why because of your relationship with my mom. I guess I just have to accept you as human being. And then when you're wrong, I'll tell you're wrong without being too biased about it. And when she's wrong, I'll tell her point blank that she's wrong. I think that's
I used to witness such from you sometimes.
Yes, I'll tell her point blank that she's wrong.
You do not exactly place certain pressure or expectations on me precisely. Oh, it's not like you have studied this course, by so time you should be ready to do this. You should have started making so amount of money. You should have been able to do this for me. Or no, you never placed such expectations on me or such pressures on me.
And sometimes it doesn't go well. It doesn't go easy when you're telling someone that they're wrong. For my part, I think where you expect for me is sometimes you say, oh, look at this woman. This woman was. This woman in Canada wants to get married. Send her a message. Oh, you have to go out of the country. You don't even know what I do. As I am now, going to go and marry those women and going to those farms in Canada or this thing. It's not what I want to do. What I want to do is actually be a creative entrepreneur. You've not even asked me, oh, how do you want to go from there? The expectation sometimes is just crazy.
I don't think there's anything I can pray better for. If I do this life 50 billion times, I would ask God to give me you over and over.
I'm proud of you any day, any time. Even though you can be stubborn at times, but at the same time, you are very reasonable and responsible. Children of our friends, they can cook a series of stories to siphon money from their parents. You are not the type. Even pity us. Your expectations are quite okay. I don't have ill feeling about your expectation because you don't demand too much.
I love you more than my mom.
To me, I love both of you equally, not one more than the other.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm actually not surprised.
I'm happy. It's not even I'm happy. I know you can't pick red because you can't love grandma more than me. It's not possible.
I picked no because I love her because you would want me to love her than you. Because when you are in heaven, that love we have to live with the legacy that you've created. So yeah.
I love my mother quite all right, and you can see it.
Of course, I know.
But at the same time, you are my own. You are my future. You are my next generation. I can't forsake your own love for the old.
My mom is old. She's preparing for her grave, and my child is still very young. I will do everything to express my love. But I'm not surprised with your answer. I don't know what we fathers did, but God will help us.
I'm not saying that I don't love you too. It's just that my mother is my mother.
Parents know that I can't love them the way I love you.
Your mother is your mother. Nobody grow up, you go born picking me, tell you the same thing. It's just normal. I hope so you go handle and tell me the day you have a power.
My blood. They give back to me. Immediately I have my own. They understand their position. I just want to let you know I love you more than my father and my mother because you are my direct one. Mom, no apologies.
I can die for you.
You know why I say I can die for you? Is that the way I can die for you is this. When I can see you now, you have any problem which I'll be able to solve, I will solve it for you. That's the best. Say natural die, to die for you. That one belongs to God. God is one that giveth the soul and taketh the soul.
My dad can die for me. He has literally died for us. And dying not in the physical death, but dying in the place of I can kill all my personal desires and goals and priorities. In fact, let me be there. Even the guys behind the camera, if you are close to my dad, he can die for you. So
well, by natural order, I should die before you. So I can do what I mean basically is that if there is anything I need to save your life, even if it means it will take my life, it's okay. So I'm not afraid to die because of you.
If you had just one kidney, and you have to give it to your son to survive, will you do it?
All right, yeah, we do that actually.
I think that's what the question is, the kind of die where if you sacrifice your life for, you see. Yeah, I think
you are my no, I will do that.
You are my child. I pray to die before you. You know I can do anything. I'm a crazy father. What is the essence of father? Father always sacrifice. A sacrifice is death. Even literally, I'm ready. I can die.
I expect that you will exit
Of course. I'm a Ikulawa Nicola.
Exactly. If I thought there should be anything like that, I would expect that magnanimity to come from you towards me, not the other way around.
It means you don't love your dad.
You have spent more time on that than I have. You have enjoyed more than I have.
So you want the old to die?
Old will not die young, definitely.
It's all right. That is how it should be anyway.
If it comes to where I'll sacrifice my life for you, I'll do it. If it comes to where I'll sacrifice my life for my mom, my siblings, people that are close to me, my family members, I'll do it.
Don't die to save my life.
So if I'm in that position, should I just watch you die?
No, you can do anything and everything to make sure I survive, but not including you dying, because if you die before me, even me, I will die eventually.
In my next life, I would want us to switch roles.
Why did you say so?
I've not learned to be a father yet. Okay, I've learned to be a father, but I've not become a father yet, so I may not be able to say emphatically that I know how it feels to be in your shoe.
Perfect response now. How will I be my father's father?
Nothing is missing. There's no need to swap. I'm satisfied, I'm responsible, you are responsible, and I'm ready to do much more.
The reason why I picked yes, if I had the next life, I would want to be your father, so I can also say no to you, and I can just be annoying sometimes, so you know how it feels.
You would have seen both sides of the world clearly. I have only seen one side of the world, and I've learned about the other side of it. Your knowledge, vast, your intelligence, unique, and it has affected me positively in many ways that you may not even be able to imagine, and more than I can even express. So I think for that particular part of it, I would want you to still be my father.
Answer my question. Do I do bad things to you?
You don't do bad things, but you show me pepper sometimes.
When the pepper is required.
Like, I want to report you on live TV.
If I happen, the table turns around, I know you will take good care of. That's your child. That's it.
When I was in GS2, there was a time that you said you would give me 10 strokes of cane in the morning, even if I don't do anything, so I can just go to school and behave myself.
I don't even remember saying that. Hey, you probably had done something that I was thinking about. I'm not sure I ever did that to you.
You did. Maybe you didn't do it for a long time, but you did.
I'm not doubting that I may have said so.
Even if I didn't do anything.
I may have said so, but I may have accumulated the things you had done So maybe I was thinking about those things at the time and I said, even if you don't do anything, I will beat you so that you can adjust your brain.
It's not fair. That's why
it's about making sure that you will not even think about doing something bad, knowing fully well that you have one crazy man at home. Even under the law, there's something called the statute of limitation.
So he has passed. He has not passed. I have the memory. That's why I picked this green. So if I could switch roles, I would give you the 10 strokes of cane in the morning.
This is an open prompt. You both will get a chance to ask each other one question.
One of the questions I want to ask you is, growing up, we were very strict and very harsh. In fact, you did not hesitate to beat us like mad. I remember going to school with scars in my body, and that was even in secondary school. Little thing, you raise your hand and you beat us like we are not your children. I even asked myself, like, are you our father? It's not that you look like me in some ways. I'm like, why did you do those things? Everybody in the house, your hand touched everybody, and I mean everybody. You physically and emotionally abused everybody in the house. So it's something like, why?
I just want to ask, what is your level of confidence in me going into the next phase of my life?
I think I've said it before. You, my children, you're not washed out. I'm very confident. I'm proud of you.
I have said it here already that anger is not good. No, by then I have anger. That when you are praying, tell God, help me or put anger out from my life or put sin out from my life. That's our prayer point. In our family, we have anger. When you provoke me to anger, and I say, no, don't do that. You do that, it will backfire to you. Because you are growing. You never see nothing.
Are you ever scared that I would become a disappointment?
Yes. It's the reality of life. It's not about being scared, really. Especially when you are not around. I'm always thinking, I would have my worst fears that, what if this happened to this boy? Not because I feel you'll be a disappointment. I just may be worried that I don't know what is happening to you.
All those things you did in anger, you've never come out and say, my children, I am sorry for those things, because you actually did hurt us. You actually, all your actions did, it took a toll in us. It made us look at life in a certain way, but you've never come out and say, my wife, my children.
Those, by then, now, all what I'm giving to them is training, that they should know that what they do is bad, it's not good, don't do that again. The more we be discouraging them. Why will I think, no, we are not wicked in our family.
What's your question for me?
You're going to make me the man I want to be before my demise.
What kind of man do you want to be before your demise?
A proud father, grandfather.
You're already a grandfather?
Yeah, already a grandfather, but to your own generation, when I'm up there looking down, say, okay, yes.
Just one or two things to put in the right way, and once that click comes in, I'll do that.
So do you have a girlfriend?
I don't have a girlfriend.
So all those girls following you, who are they to you?
I'm focusing on my education.
I'm sure you're only telling me that because it's what you know I want to
focusing on my education now.
I know,
I
but...
don't have a girlfriend, there are distractions, so...
Interesting. I'm glad to hear
So I don't want to be distracted.
Very good.
Waiting for my wife.
Even if I don't show it as much, I love you more than you think.
Even though I don't say it that much, I love you, and this is something I don't show it. Yeah.
Yes, I know now. As a family, you know how you will love your family. No matter when any quarrel come after that, you still wave one and still carry on. That quarrel is so to take correction of you. We think that what caused this quarrel. But then we pray such a thing will not happen again. Yeah, I love them. All of them, I love them more than they think. No matter I didn't say it out.
True,
I love
I get
them more
that.
than they think. I will not hate my body.
You think I'm not expressive. I agree with you. I'm not brought up to be expressive with my feeling. But the truth is that I love you more than you think. And that is why I would always worry about you.
I don't know if I don't show it enough, or I don't know how more I can show it, but I love you because you're my only father.
The only way you can show it is to simply listen to me.
I listen.
You do, but sometimes you are naughty. Try not to be naughty and do what I ask you to do.
I love you unconditionally. I love you with the reflection of what God did for us. I love you more than you would ever be able to fathom.
Either you know it or not, I want to reassure you, even when it looks negative, when you don't understand it, but the sincerity of my heart, my love for you and your siblings is the agape, God's kind of love.
I do not really think I am not been showing, but to some extent, I've been able to express it to certain levels that I do. I love you as my parent, as my father, and around, that I appreciate you for many things. Let me forgive you. Yeah.
I've learned a lot of things, like he's aware, he's very self-aware. Just showing how complex people are. He is the person that he is, so I just have to accept him as he is.
I didn't know he can still be hiding certain things because it's very light.